What is up, Texas MTB? In today's video, we're going to be reviewing some products from wish.com. So we got 3 new products here that we're going to test out and review, and then 2 that we've already had from Wish that we can kind of just give our opinion on and show you how they work. But I'm going to go ahead and open these up, show you what we got, and get into the video. Okay, so before we go ahead and open these 3, I'll just show you guys what we already own. So we have like some Rockstar gloves just for mountain biking and motocross. We'll talk more about those later in the video. And we also have a Presto-Rear valve adapter for like airing up tubeless tires and stuff. And we'll also get to that later. So let's go ahead and get to the first package. So the first thing we got are some basically knockoff Esi Grips. So these, right out of the package, they feel kind of cheap, but I believe after they wear in, they should be pretty nice. I don't know.
They seem a little bit thicker than Esi Grips, and they feel about the same like cushion, if not like softer.
Yeah, they're just like really waxy feeling. I can't remember if like ESIs feel like that when they're brand new. But like, if you can even tell, I don't know if you can see on camera, but they're kind of shiny. So I don't know. I mean, they might break in a little bit after we test them out, but we'll see. The bar ends though are pretty basics, just a little piece of black plastic, no branding or anything. But yeah, that's about it for those. We'll get into the second one. Okay, you got that. The second thing we got is, open all the way. It came fucking broken. Second thing we got was a fake carbon bottle cage, but as you can see right out of the package, it is broken right here. Good thing this was like $2, but well, I guess we can still try and review it for the video, maybe like glue it back together, but that's kind of a disappointment. You want to check it out?
Yeah, so this is not carbon fiber at all. It looks like plasti dipped. It's like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like, the pattern just gets different everywhere. It looks really bad. I would not want this on my bike.
Yeah, this definitely isn't carbon, but I mean, that's kind of what I expected for a price of like $2. But yeah, look at that. It broken out of the package. Like, I guess you really get what you pay for on Wish, but yeah, we'll still try and test it out. Maybe compare the weight to a carbon one. I mean, I doubt it's going to be anything major, but we'll see. Okay, that one's kind of a bummer. But last package. Yeah, I don't even think I need a knife for this one. This is the Texas MTV Stickers. Well, we thought this was from Wish. Last one we got, Texas MTB Stickers. So
hit us
up on the Instagram if you want some of those. But I guess that means we're still missing the last product we're going to review. So we'll add that into the video here in a bit. So you'll still see it. But yeah, we'll get back in a bit. Okay, well, after opening the other things, we're just going to talk about the other stuff we've already owned. So we got these gloves on Wish for around $8. They're actually really comfortable and they fit really good. So like, at least for me, so like it's like a pretty solid fit. Yeah, actually like has a good amount of padding right here on the palm. A little rubber for grip. Like it's actually pretty nice for $8 gloves. Only downside to these is on this one, the little rubber strap for the Velcro. It's broken right here. And I was like, we haven't really used these that much, so for it to break that early on for kind of like no reason, that's kind of disappointing. But overall, they're pretty solid. You can talk about them a little bit.
So yeah, these are like one of my favorite pairs of gloves. I don't use them for mountain biking. I wouldn't really recommend them for that. They're a little bit too much. But for dirt biking, if you guys do that, these are actually really good. I recommend them. And yeah.
And the last thing we got, I think these are like free on Wish. You just have to pay shipping. It's just a little Presto to Schrader valve adapter. We basically just use this every time we have to like reseat our tire after putting new sealant in or something. So I mean, it's pretty simple. You just stick it on your valve and then screw, or not, you don't even have to screw anything on the end, but yeah, we can kind of demonstrate it later in the video, but this has worked pretty well. Nothing really wrong with it. It's a pretty simple part, really nothing to go wrong with it, but yeah, I don't know if you have anything to say, but that's about it.
Nothing much to say about this, but here's a close-up. So yeah.
Yeah, so then we'll go ahead and start demonstrating all the stuff, kind of test it out, and we'll try and figure something out with the bottle cage. Probably not going to work as intended since it came broken, but yeah, we'll see what we can do. So there you go.
Alright, first product test. We're going to use the knockoff ESIs, and we're going to go ahead and put them on.
Alright, so we finally got the grips on. These were like some of the most difficult grips to put on, but we figured out by like drenching the bars and rubbing alcohol and the grips, that kind of like worked the best. We tried the zip tie technique and just putting alcohol inside the grip, and that didn't really work. It took us probably like 20 minutes to get these on.
And by the way, these grips actually feel pretty good.
Yeah, they do feel pretty squishy, pretty soft. So actually not too bad for like $2. But we're gonna get the bar ends put on.
Sure, I'm gonna smash my hand.
Slam. Okay, give me this.
I don't want to smash my hand. Alright, let's see it, bro.
Alright, you ready?
Bro.
I'll drop the other one again. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here are the grips on the bike. They look pretty much just like ESI's. Like, the only difference is just the bar ends are just solid black. But it also kind of goes with this bike, a little bit of red on there. So
it might look a little bit bigger.
And they are pretty soft. They're pretty squishy and pretty thick. So like, actually not too bad. Now, all we're really gonna test to see is like how well they hold up to like on the trails, just casual riding, and maybe like see if they hold up to like nicking a tree or something. And we'll see. So yeah. All right, so now we have the fake carbon bottle cage, and just real quick, I'm going to compare it to an actual carbon bottle cage. So if you just look at these, there's clearly a difference. This one looks like something you'd get in your Happy Meal on the weekend. This one looks like an actual decent cage. But yeah, so we're going to put this on one of the bikes, see how it holds up with a water bottle. I'm not really expecting great results considering I had to super glue it, but we'll see how it holds up. But weight-wise, these are pretty similar. I almost feel like the carbon one actually weighs a little more, but maybe it's because this one's just made out of such cheap plastic. Yeah, basically just visual comparison, not too much, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the bike, see how it holds up. Maybe test how well it holds the water bottle in with a couple bounces and stuff, but yeah. All right, so we have well, not the carbon, but the fake carbon bottle cage mounted on the bike. It kind of stands out a little bit, doesn't really go with the flow of the other carbon, but I mean, it was $2, so kind of what you'd expect. But we're gonna see if it holds a water bottle, and then if it does, then we're gonna go ride it around and test it out. Okay, so right off the bat, it's like almost seems like it's too small, and this is like a normal size water bottle. This isn't anything like oversized, but it's like really flexing it. So okay, it clips in pretty securely though, so the bottle's in there pretty tight. We'll see if that holds up for riding and see how that goes.
First up, we're gonna hit this small kind of incline drop, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, if it doesn't, like, the water can't hold on to this, then it's not gonna hold on to anything. This is pretty small.
And we have tried this jump on our other bikes with just regular bottle cages, so we know this should hold up.
This thing didn't budge, so passed round one. So let's go to the next thing. Next up is just a little hill balm, if you want to call it that. It's pretty rocky. So,
something like you'd see on a typical mountain bike trail. Nothing too fancy, but we're just gonna see if this holds up to like bumps and stuff. All right, so after that hill bomb, it looked like the water bottle stayed in, but the spot where the super glue was, it broke again. So the water bottle is about to fall out. So yeah, this was kind of a bust. I wouldn't really recommend this one. Oh, it has another crack in it. It's got another crack down there that was not there before. So yeah, this thing is really just not holding up good at all. We were gonna take it on the ride out on the trails to go test out the grips and the gloves and all that, but looks like this ain't even gonna hold up till then. So that's about it for the bottle cage. So while we're talking about all the other products, thought I'd go back to these gloves again. So the Rockstar and Thor Gloves, I'll just kind of talk about how they're built. Like, stitching is pretty nice. The top is just like a mesh, really breathable kind of material. So that really helps with the airflow. But like we were saying kind of earlier, these are probably more suited for maybe like motocross or maybe like enduro biking, downhill kind of stuff. It's got kind of more padding than you would really need for just regular cross-country biking or road biking, whatever you do. But yeah, we got these for around like $8 on Wish, but these actually like might be legit gloves. Like, if you look at the tag here, it even has the little Thor logo. So I'm not sure if these actually are legit or not, but like most of the time to get something off Wish, it's not legit. Either they just really did a good job copying these, or just got a good deal on the real ones. I'm not too sure, but yeah, the only thing that does concern me is the little tear right here. I feel like if they were legit, that wouldn't rip so easily, because like I said, I've barely used these whatsoever. Like, you can even see the palm, there's like still got all the rubber on and everything. So it really should have lasted longer there. And this one's also starting to tear already. So yeah. Okay, so it's been a few days later and we got the last product we were gonna review. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. Okay, so the last thing we got was a little fork mounted bike light. Let's see. So in the picture it showed two, but we only got one in the package, which I guess is, I don't know, I kind of expected two, because since it's supposed to go on your fork, it would have made sense to have one on each side. But yeah, I guess they'd work on my lefty, but yeah, it looks, it's kind of got like a plastic hose clamp kind of design. It's a little weird. I guess this slides in right here. Not too sure. I'll figure out how that works later. But yeah, I'll go mount it on the bike, see how it looks, and yeah. Alright, so we have the little bike light for the mount on your fork. I did forget to mention this was probably about $4 on Wish. And like I said, it showed two in the picture, so we only got one, which is another scam from Wish. I'm gonna go ahead and mount this onto the fork and see how it looks. Okay, so we got the light mounted on the bike. Mounting it was kind of weird. It has like this plastic, like almost like a hose clamp kind of design. It's still not very steady. Like, I can spin it around like this. I tried tightening it as much as I could, but didn't really help that much. I don't know what else to do there. But the light itself, I kind of turned it on just in the daylight. It looks really dim. Oh, now it's flashing. I don't know if it's, oh, I guess it has two different settings. So it has flashing or just solid. I guess that's cool to know. But it doesn't look very bright. We're going to go inside and test it in the dark here in a second, and then maybe go out on the trails in the dark and see then too. But yeah, overall pretty basic. About what you'd expect for a $4 light, but we'll go test it out. All right, so we're here in the garage now. It's pretty much almost completely dark. We're just going to test the light out real quick. All right, so brightness is like not as bad as I thought it would be for $4. Like, it kind of lights it up a little bit. I think this would be kind of practical on the trail, but like not on its own. I'd say you have to like pair it with like a decent headlight or like a handlebar light or something. But it definitely helps kind of light up the ground in front of you, which is something that a head mount doesn't really do as easily. But yeah, and we'll also compare it to a phone flashlight here real quick. So as you can see, here's phone light and shining around a little bit. Like, yeah, it's almost comparable to a phone flashlight. It's just a little bit more focused light. So that's kind of decent. We're gonna go try and ride with it later and see how it holds up. We're gonna try and find a more secure way to mount it though, because this is really loose. I can just move it with my hand like this. But yeah, not too bad. All right, so it is finally dark outside. We're about to go take the bike on a little test run real quick. We got the grips, the gloves, and the light right here. So I'm gonna go ride it, see how everything performs, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so that's basically gonna wrap up our review of each of the individual products. So just all in all, we're gonna talk about our final thoughts on them and give them a quick rating. So starting off, the bottle cage. This one, it's a 0 out of 10. It came broken. It feels really cheap. I don't even think it would last even if it didn't come broken. So all in all, not too good. Next, we have the little Presto to Schrader valve adapter. I'd give this a 9 out of 10, mainly because it was only like $1 on Wish. You can get them for like 4 to 7 on Amazon and stuff, so it's still a pretty solid deal. It does take a lot longer to arrive though. And the gloves, I'd give these a 6 out of 10. I mean, there's definitely nicer gloves out there, but for being $8, these were still surprisingly decent. The only problem, like I said earlier in the video, is the rubber strap breaking after minimal use. But overall, they're very comfortable, fit really good and everything, so pretty solid gloves. And then the grips, these we would actually give them a 10 out of 10. These grips are probably like, they're really nice for $2. Like, they're comfy. The only problem is they're a little bit slippery. But I think after like a lot more riding, kind of break them in, they wouldn't be too slippery anymore. So overall, they're actually pretty solid. And yeah. And the last thing was the little fork mounted light right here. I'd give this probably a 3 out of 10. I mean, it works. It's just really dim, so it barely really helps you on the trail. I almost feel like I can see better with no light. But it's kind of a cool concept if it was better, but it's all right. You guys got anything else to say about it?
Bottle cage is absolute barnacles.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And thanks for watching Texas MTV.